I need you, boy. I shy yo. What is up, Andropolis Nation? We're here again today. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Go and wish your mother a happy Mother's Day today, and tell her that you love her. So I'm definitely gonna be spending the rest of my afternoon with my mom. Gonna go into Georgetown. Gonna take her shopping. Take her to this one pizza restaurant that is really, really good in Georgetown. So excited for the rest of the day. But before we can do our nice Mother's Day activity, we are here with another Best Ball Mania 4 draft live stream. And we got a special one for you guys today. I've updated the model, and it's pretty freaking strong. It's pretty good. I'm excited to get into it for you guys. I'm excited to share some new insights, some output, and let's go ahead and draft the $3 million winning team. So let's just go ahead and just get right into it. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Let's go. All right. Before we jump into the model, let's just go ahead and get ourselves in a lobby. So we are in a lobby waiting for 10 people. Perfect. That gives us some time. To talk about the actual model. If you guys have been following along, I have built this pretty powerful XG boost model for the Best Ball Data Bowl. Shout out Ben Dominguez at the Fantasy Data Pros for putting this thing together. But I've been able to build a pretty strong model, and I'm excited to get to use that in these Best Ball Mania lobbies. But let's go ahead and just dive into what we're seeing here. So first with the quarterback model, I've updated the model, included some more data, and so basically what the feature importance has changed. Most important thing for quarterback experience, and that makes a lot of sense. We want our quarterbacks to be experienced. We want them to be highly drafted, and then the other two are pretty interesting. 2 years ago PPR, it kind of just shows like a consistency level where we have the 2 years ago PPR and we also have the fantasy points PPR from last season as our sixth most important variable. So interesting there. And then rushing EPA is really important for our quarterbacks. We know that. And then BMI, which I was surprised by. It's not a great sign for Bryce Young, but that's okay. We're not going to be drafting too much Bryce Young anyways. Rookie quarterbacks are not the best fantasy producers in their first season, highlighted by that year's experience being such an important variable. But having an R squared of 52%, very strong. I'm really excited about that. One thing which I'll call out, we have an error bar of 64 points. So basically, we're able to predict the output. So I'll get into the output later, but we're able to predict the output for quarterbacks within 64, 65 points. And that's a really, I think that's pretty good. I know that maybe that's going to change the rankings up a little bit, but that gives us an idea of how much wiggle room we have in terms of manually adjusting the rankings. So a 64 point mean absolute error is pretty solid. And this is that tree that I was telling you guys about. Most important thing from last season, or not the most important thing, but the first separator of the data is, did the quarterback finish in the top 27 quarterbacks, yes or no? And so as we go down this tree, I'm not going to dig into it right now because we're going to be hopping into a room first, and I need to talk about the other models as well. But it kind of just shows the decisioning for the model, how it separates the data and then ultimately outputs the predicted points scored for this season. But that's the quarterback model. Running backs. The running back model had a little bit weaker R squared at 37%. Still not terrible, but I think that the one thing that the model is missing on is that RBs are fragile. There's a lot of variance to the data because players get hurt all of the time, especially running backs, because of just the brutal wear and tear that they're putting on their bodies. I know running backs say that it's like getting into a car crash every Sunday. I'm sure that takes a lot out of their body, and our model isn't able to capture that. So I think the next step, which I'm going to do, is try to pull in an injury table so that we can start adding that data into the model, and the model can learn from that additional data. But 2 years ago PPR, that's the most predictive variable. Years experience, draft number, BMI, age, and fantasy points PPR X. Those are our most powerful variables. Surprising that draft number, so your draft pick is even more powerful than your rushing EPA from last season. So I think the fact that rushing EPA is a little bit further down in the variable list, we shouldn't tie as much weight to rushing EPA. I think that speaks to the amount of variance that running backs go through in terms of touchdown production. So we'll rely a little bit more on the quarterback and, spoiler alert, on the receiver model a little bit more than the running back model. But mean absolute error of 50 points. So we're able to predict the fantasy points for the season within 50 points. And then here's our nice little tree with our first separator being the PPR share. So the receiving share essentially. So that's one interesting thing that we'll eventually dive into a little bit more in depth. Now onto the receivers. Receivers, most 3 important variables. 2 years ago PPR, years experience, BMI. Years experience is an interesting one because I'll talk about it a little bit, but when we get into the actual tree, the tree visualization, there is a threshold when a receiver gets too old, the model actually predicts them falling off a cliff. So I'll talk about that in a second. But BMI for receivers is up there. I think that just goes to show that receivers also go through a lot of hits. They have to survive those crossing routes, and they're going to get blown up. So for a receiver to be bigger, that's going to be a little bit better. I noticed in the actual model output, the model doesn't love Devonta Smith as much as I do this season. So I disagree with the models at certain points, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But mean absolute error of 44 points, super solid there, and an R squared. So our wide receiver model is our best one. R squared of almost 54%. We're at 53%. Oh, I think the room just filled. We are the 101. Okay. Let's just go straight down to our rankings. That's a little bit further on, but I pulled in everything here. It has Cooper Kupp as our top receiver, but I don't want to take Cooper Kupp at the 101 because we're going to be taking Cooper Kupp at some 105s. So we're going to be taking our boy Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is our 101 for today. That's a little bit dark for that one. I do love me some Justin Jefferson as well. But Jamar Chase is just he's a stud, and I will have no regrets taking Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. I love Justin Jefferson, love Jamar Chase. Our model likes Jamar Chase a little bit more than Justin Jefferson, as I'm at 248 over 224. And so we'll be drafting some Jamar Chase at one, some Justin Jefferson at one, just to give us some different builds than the typical drafter. I think one thing is when we have, I've already drafted 2 Justin Jeffersons. So now that we got an influencer 101, we're going Jamar Chase here. And one of the things that our model really, really loved was let's check who our QB2 for this season is going to be. And our model predicts Joe Burrow as our QB2. And Joe Burrow is an absolute stud. That offense is just going to continue to get better. They improve the O-line. They're just going to be amazing. So we're going to get Joe Burrow here. Jamar Chase here. And we're going to try to stack Joe Burrow a little bit later. Let's see if we recognize any of these names. I do not. So let's go. Jamar Chase starting it off hot. Let's go back to our wide receiver model that we were just talking about. Okay, this was tight end. Yeah, this is tight end. We'll go back to wide receivers. Okay, so for wide receivers, let me see if I can blow this up, because our wide receiver model is our most predictive one. So I want to blow this up so we can talk about this a little bit more. Okay. So is there a way to zoom out? Okay, so at the top of the tree, our first splitter is this fantasy points half PPR mean. So did they score last season on a half PPR basis? Greater than a little bit over 9 points. Yes. Okay. So the no, like I said before, the no is no, they did not score less. So that means, yes, they did score more. So we're going to go down this tree. Yeah. This part I was interested about. We have a second half PPR mean splitter. So the model takes the data and it splits it once, and then it splits it again with that same variable, which I thought was interesting. But okay, they scored more than 12 points last season. Let's put them down this tree. Weekly finish max. This one was interesting too. When they played, did they ever score outside the top 93 receivers? Or did they ever score lower than 92 of the receivers on a fantasy basis? No. Okay. If they went over that, then we're just going to give them a really low score, I guess. And then, yes, they did score. Then this is where the breaker. 8.5 years. If you've been in the league over or 9 years or more, the model predicts half of what it would if you were less than 8.5 years in the NFL, which I thought is super interesting. That gives us some cool insights in terms of where the cliff age is for some of these receivers in terms of production. I really hope Jalen Waddle falls to us, but it's almost like a 0% chance that he does. But let's see. He sniped me on the T. Higgins stack. Who else is our model love? Any other receivers? Cooper Kupp, he's gone. Waddle, after Waddle, Diggs, Amon-Ra. Probably want to go another receiver. Garrett Wilson's gone. A.J. Brown. Ayuk is high up here. Jerry Jeudy, Terry. CD's a little bit lower. Olave is there. So we'll probably go Waddle or Olave here. Waddle or Olave. And then which of the running backs does our model love the most? Because I like the running backs here. There's a lot of good ones. Kamara, Mixon, McCaffrey, Jacobs. We really love Jacobs. Is Jacobs there? Jacobs is there. Okay. So Waddle just gets taken. We'll try to get Olave. If Olave gets taken, maybe we go and just like take like Mahomes, because like these quarterbacks are slipping a little bit. I did want to take Joe Burrow a little bit later though to stack him with Jamar Chase. So we'll go Olave, Josh Jacobs as our two if it falls to us. Let me also just look at running backs. Jacobs, Eckler, Saquon, Najee, Derek's right here. Yeah, I think we want to go Jacobs if he's still there. Where's Chubb? Chubb is right here. So I think that there are some things that we missed, especially with the running back model. But I like that Jacobs is almost 60 points clear of some of these other guys. Okay, Smith. So I think we'll go Olave, Josh Jacobs. I think that those are our two best available players. So let's look at the wide receivers one more time. Olave's right here. Yeah, I'm going to focus on getting these other guys a little bit later, but I do like Chris Olave here. He put up some elite numbers last year. So we'll take Chris Olave. Does New Orleans have any of these stacks? Giants, Rams, Tampa Bay. Not really. The Bengals go Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Kansas City. And then Josh Jacobs go LAC, Kansas City, Indianapolis. Okay, that gives us some bringbacks with the Kansas City Chiefs. So we'll go ahead and go Chris Olave, Josh Jacobs. I know Josh Allen is our top quarterback on the board, but we're going to want to try to stack Joe Burrow because he's a little bit cheaper and we can add another player. And Joe Burrow is hopefully going to put up similar production. Having him, Josh Allen looks like he's going to get far and away the most points. So maybe we could have taken Josh Allen there, but I have no regrets because I think the quarterbacks will just continue to get pushed down the board throughout the summer. So to be able to stack some of these other guys would be beneficial. Because one of the things which we're looking for, guys, is ADP value. We're drafting in freaking May, and the season doesn't start for 4 more months. So we're drafting super, super early. We're going to be drafting all summer long, all off-season long. So we need to get guys who we can envision being pushed up the board and not being pushed down. So Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Josh Jacobs, none of those guys are going to get pushed down the board, in my opinion. Maybe Chris Olave will fall slightly, but that's just going to be more value for us. So loving the start so far. I love the 2-3 turn for the running back position because some of these guys are just absolute studs. So I'm happy that I got Josh Jacobs there. Our model loves Josh Jacobs. I love Josh Jacobs. I'm not doing a very good job, guys, of filling out all of the guys who've been taken. Whoa, we'll see if we'll see how good I am at doing it. But I know Allen got taken. Hit him with the little red. Mahomes, Hurts. I think Fields got taken too, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not gonna pop that in yet. Cooper Kupp. What do you guys think of Alvin Kamara? The model really loves Alvin Kamara, but I don't as much. The fact that we can take him all the way in the 8th round and just like I can afford to burn a pick there. But I don't love the fact of burning an 8th round pick. But if Alvin Kamara plays and we're able to get him in the 8th round, then that would be cake. All of these guys got taken. Austin Eckler got taken. The model loves Brandon Ayuk. I love Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to be targeting him in this draft. Saquon, Jonathan Taylor. Lenny Terry, Kenneth Walker, probably still there. CD, Derek. I'm just going to assume Lamar has gone. But, all right, that's good enough for now. Oh, please let Joe Burrow fall. If the Higgins guy goes and takes Burrow from me, I'm gonna be very, very upset. But that's just how it happens sometimes, you know. Where's the Higgins guy? Where's the Higgins guy? He got Lamar. Okay. Hopefully they let Joe Burrow fall to me. And if they let Joe Burrow fall to me, this team is ready to win the 3 milli. So I need Joe Burrow to fall to me. Where does our model have ETN? Because he's an interesting one. I really like ETN. ETN's a little bit lower. So both of these guys have gone. Swift is probably still there. Kenneth Walker, he's probably still there. Kenneth Walker is there. All right, I'm gonna go Burrow and a receiver if Burrow stays on the board. Oops. Which receivers do we want? Is Judy there? Judy is there. Denver, Detroit, New England Chargers. Judy just got taken. Okay. Who else does our model love? Is Terry there? I would love me some Terry. I think I can get Ayuk at the next turn, right? Yeah, Ayuk's at 62. 62. I have a pick at I don't pick until 72. Yeah, I don't want to reach on Ayuk, but if Ayuk is the best receiver available, maybe we take Ayuk. I think Terry's up there too, though. Yeah, I'll take Terry. Ayuk gets picked a lot, though. All right, hopefully the room lets Burrow fall to me. Cincinnati. Please let Burrow fall to me. One more pick. Oh, you already have a quarterback. You don't need Burrow. Come on, don't do it to me. You don't need Burrow. You don't need Burrow. Come on, Borns. You don't need Burrow. Give him to me. Give him to me. Oh, please give him to me. Give me Burrow. Give me Burrow. Give me Burrow. Please, 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 please. Don't do it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, this team's winning the 3 million, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, what other players do we want up here? Ayuk, Terry, Christian Kirk. San Francisco. We have New Orleans, right? New Orleans doesn't play any of them. Las Vegas, Chargers, Kansas City, Indianapolis. All right, so we're going to need to get – all right, so we're definitely getting Burrow. Our model likes Terry and Christian Kirk the most. I like Terry and Christian Kirk. I also really like Jackson Smith and Jigba. But I think I'm going to go I think it's fitting. I think it's fitting that the $3 million winning team would have Terry McLaurin on it. That's very, very fitting. So I'm going to go ahead and take my guy, Terry McLaurin. The model loves Terry McLaurin. I love Terry McLaurin. The model likes Brandon Ayuk a little bit more, but we're going to take our boy, Terry McLaurin. Let's also stamp in our quarterback guy. Let's also just look at the overall how things are falling to us. We got our boy Joe Burrow all the way back here. Stacked him with Jamar Chase. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. We got him at the 4-5 turn. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. So as the room continues to fall to us, we are building an absolute monster, guys. We don't need to focus on any of these quarterbacks anymore. Maybe if Geno Smith falls super far, we could go ahead and take Geno Smith just because he's so high rated up here. But let's see who else is there. Is it possible for Mixon to follow to us? Probably not. But if Mixon follows to us, that would be beautiful because our model loves Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is actually our model's RB2. They even have him over Christian McCaffrey. Oh my God. If they allow Mixon to fall to me, this is the winning team for sure. Najee got taken. One super interesting about this model is basically says if Brady played, he'd be a top 12 quarterback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brady would be a top 12 quarterback if he were to play this season. So that's pretty funny actually. All right, Christian Kirk got taken. Pittman, Kittle, Smith and Jigba, Godwin, Kyle Pitts. Model also loves Kyle Pitts. So Kenneth Walker got taken, Christian Kirk. So both of those guys are gone. Kyler T is gone. I saw Pittman went as well. Pittman, Ramondre is gone. We're well into the 5th round, so DJ Moore is definitely gone. Drake London. I bet Mike Evans is still there. Wow, I'm surprised Ryan Tannehill is this high up here. But hey, right, this guy, that's a typo. We'll delete that row. ETN is gone. Lockett. I saw Aaron Jones was top of the board. Aaron Jones is still there, but I don't think I want Aaron Jones in this team. Mark Andrews, DK Metcalf, both gone. Wow, the model has Michael Thomas decently high, a lot higher than I thought he'd be. Don't really want to stack Derek Carr down here. Devontae Adams. The model is not a fan of Devontae Adams. The model says Devontae Adams is post H-Cliff, which he might be, but Devontae Adams is also one to break the mold for that sort of player. Hollywood is still there. AJ Dillon, Christian Watson, Keenan Allen. I bet those guys are gone. But okay, let's see. Our model at the wide receiver and running back position. Let's look at those two. Mixon, Ayuk. All right, Mixon, Ayuk are both gone. Mixon, Ayuk, Addison got taken. Damn, I wanted one of those. Who else does it love? So Mixon is gone. Ayuk is gone. We'll look at Lenny much later in the much later in the draft. We will look at Leonard Fournette. Swift is probably gone too, right? Swift just got taken. Deontay's there though. We could look at the Deontay Johnson. Antonio Gibson's stuff there. Is Mike Evans there? Mike Evans got taken as well. Mike Evans is gone. We'll look at Lazard a little bit later because Lockett got taken. Aaron Jones got taken. Michael Thomas, David Montgomery, Jacoby Myers, George Pickens. He's probably gone too. Hollywood, Dameon are both on our board. Godwin got taken. So let's see. Kadarius Toney. Maybe we just go Kadarius Toney, just super high upside swing if it falls to us. Where's Toney on here? Oh, our model hates Kadarius Toney. But the thing is, we only need Kadarius Toney to be playing that 1 week. And the fact that he's our wide receiver 4, maybe we'll just go wide receiver here, and I'd feel a lot better about it. And I'm not going to be drafting a lot of Kadarius Toney, but on this sort of team where we do have the Cincinnati players, if Kadarius Toney is playing the championship week, there's a chance that he really just pops off that last game. So we're going to take a swing on Kadarius Toney there. New Orleans, Washington. Maybe we take Jahan Dotson here because our model doesn't love any of these other guys around here. James Conner. Is Deontay on the board? Deontay Johnson is there. Deontay Johnson's our highest player on the board. We'll go ahead and take Deontay Johnson. And we have a pretty stacked wide receiver room. The fact that we could be burning a pick on Kadarius Toney here kind of speaks to I'm okay with doing that because the rest of our receiver room is so stacked. So now that we've taken all of these receivers, we might be able to start pivoting and looking at the running back position. But I'm happy we have 5 receivers through 7. the top guys on the board. Maybe we could even look at a Quentin. Maybe Quentin Johnston was the pick over Kadarius Toney, just because the model is missing on the rookies. So maybe we could have looked at Quentin Johnston over Kadarius Toney, because our model doesn't love Kadarius Toney. I'm okay with taking a swing and a miss on that pick specifically, just because it's such a high upside play. Where in that Week 17 match, if Kadarius Toney is healthy, he's playing, he has the potential to go off for 30 points. So I like having that boom potential for Week 17 specifically. And he's the perfect bring back for the Kansas City stack. But Pittsburgh plays Seattle. Washington plays San Francisco. New Orleans plays Tampa Bay. New Orleans plays Tampa Bay. That Tampa Bay secondary is atrocious too. So James Conner's here. David Montgomery. Our model does love both of those guys. Model does not love Pacheco, I don't think. But okay. Kamara, Lenny are the top two on our board. Connor's still there, right? Connor is still there. Let's also look at the tight end position. I don't think there's anyone that's up here that is worth taking, just because everyone at the tight end position is like so close to each other. These guys are all gone. Saw Njoku went. Hawkinson got taken. What other tight ends have been taken? Quinn Johnson just went. We're still 14 picks away. Njoku, Waller, Goddard, Pitts. Where's Waller on here? I know our model doesn't love Waller. Yeah, model does not love Darren Waller. I think that there's some context missing here in the model, though, just because he projects to be a pretty high scoring player on that New York Giants offense. So maybe he can save his ranking. But I don't love Darren Waller this season at ADP. Let's just look at everything now. So I think Trevor went. Let's see what everything else looks like, though. Rogers, Lenny's our top skill position player. Well, we're definitely not going to be taking a quarterback. So let's remove quarterback from our view. Alvin Kamara is the top guy. Where's Alvin Kamara on here? He does get taken at pick 98. Maybe he's I don't feel comfortable taking Alvin Kamara because we have taken Kadarius Toney. And Kadarius Toney was that swing for the fences sort of pick by having the bring back against the Cincinnati players. But Kadarius Toney could be one of those guys that rises throughout the offseason. Andy Reid did say he's going to be the wide receiver one. I mean, I don't buy into coach speak all that much, but it's interesting to say the least. Baltimore's coming down. Zay Flowers. And I do like Zay Flowers. Maybe we take a swing on Alvin Kamara here. Just because, like I said, we only need him to be healthy, or we only need him to be playing the second half of the season. If he misses the first 6 games, that's fine. We're going to build out with a bunch of running backs anyways. So maybe we go running back here since we've already drafted so many receivers. And Kamara is just so high on our board. James Conner is gone. Michael Thomas, David Montgomery. Maybe we'll go like a David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara just to shore up the running back position. It looks like the next 4 guys all have a decent amount of running backs, so hopefully they go for the receiver position, and that will let the running backs fall to us. But I could do a David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara sort of play here. I think the only other guy I would really want is Zay Flowers. Oh, did he just get taken? Zay Flowers just got taken. Maybe we could even look at a Michael Thomas to get both of the New Orleans players, because the model, I'm surprised the model likes Michael Thomas. It just speaks to the caliber of player that he is. But he's another lottery sort of player. Maybe we just go full on swing for the fence and just go Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. There's a potential that both of those guys are zeros. That'd be a lot of zeros I don't think we're going to take the swing on Michael Thomas. We already took the swing on Kadarius Toney. So I think ideal picks here are Montgomery, Kamara. I mean, like I don't like. I haven't been drafting Kamara at all this offseason just because, all right, Montgomery just went. Maybe we do go Kamara, Michael Thomas then. It's unfortunate Montgomery just went. All right, we'll probably go Kamara, Michael Thomas, just to get that New Orleans full stack. So screw it, let's do it. Let's do Kamara, Michael Thomas. I'm surprised that I'm drafting both of these players, but you know what? I like it because these guys are absolute studs, and I'm surprised that the model likes them. Kamara probably gets a suspension, but if he misses the first 6 games, okay. He's so cheap though. Like I got him at the 8-9 turn. And if he plays the second half of the season, then he's gonna be a force. But we're gonna look for Gibby, we're gonna look for Lenny as 2 of our players. We're gonna look for Lazard and Zay Jones as well. We did get Michael Thomas. David Montgomery is off the board. I wish I had gotten David Montgomery, but that's okay. And our team so far is Joe Burrow at quarterback, Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara at running back, Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Kadarius Toney, Deontay Johnson, Michael Thomas at wide receiver. A lot of boom bust potential there with, in my opinion, very safe floors as well. So we have high ceiling, high floor. This is a great receiver room that's building out here because we have Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Terry as like our stable 3 receivers. And then we have Kadarius Toney, Michael Thomas as our ceiling plays. And then Deontay Johnson as another stable sort of player. And getting back into the model, getting back into the wide receiver model specifically, just because we know how important wide receivers are in Best Ball Mania. And everybody else is realizing how important receivers are because wide receivers are pushed way up the board this year. And we need to adjust accordingly. The wide receivers, it's R squared of 53%. Powerful stuff. 2 years ago, PPR as a very, very strong predictive variable. I'm liking what we have so far. Receiving EPA is important. I guess because we have all these New Orleans players. Who's the Tampa Bay quarterback? Maybe we could go like Baker Mayfield in the last round. How does our model feel about Baker? Because I know New Orleans plays, so I think Geno, Kirk, and Daniel Jones all got taped. Oh, Kirk is still there. New Orleans, we have the New Orleans Saints, Giants, Rams, Tampa Bay. I like that Tampa Bay New Orleans matchup because I expect that one to actually be pretty high scoring. Tampa Bay's New Orleans, but we'll see how the room continues to fall back to us. Any Kansas City players? Ooh, I think we definitely want Lazard at our next pick, and then that's probably like our receiver room is good then. Our receiver room is probably good after that. Once we take Lazard, the Jets, but we definitely need a running back. What am I doing? We definitely need running. We just need to start hammering the running back position. Lenny, Gibby are the top 2 guys. Rashad White is probably long gone. Lazard is so high up the board, though. We could take Lazard and just like that will be our final receiver, and just don't even need to look at the position anymore. And then, do we need that's too many New Orleans players, right? I don't want to take Jamal Williams too. That's too many New Orleans players. Cincinnati, Kansas City, Washington. Oh yeah, we definitely need Gibson. I'm okay reaching on Gibson a little bit too. So we're definitely going to take Gibson at our next pick. Gibson and Dylan Algier, Singletary, Dalvin Cook, Zeke, Jeff Wilson. Geno is still there. Does Geno play Philadelphia, Tennessee, Pittsburgh? Ooh. All right, if Geno falls to us, I think we go Geno, Gibson. Geno and Gibson's a really interesting play here because Seattle does play Pittsburgh week 17. So we could add in late stacks back there by getting like a Noah Fant. Ooh, please let Geno fall to me. I'm very much in love with that idea. Let's go Geno Smith at our first pick because our model loves Geno Smith. I really like Geno Smith this year, and we're definitely going to take Gibson at our next pick after that. But look where our model has Geno Smith. It has him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Has Geno Smith at QB7. Give me Geno Smith. And then we'll take our guy, Antonio Gibson, because I love Antonio Gibson. That's my guy. He is my summer steal. He's my steal for the summer, Antonio Gibson. I think he's the best running back in the Washington backfield. And we get Eric Bieniemy as our offensive coordinator. Come on. This team, oh my God, this team. This is exciting. This is exciting, guys. We're going a ton of just high upside plays. And I said I was ready to win the $3 million. I think we're building a team that's gonna have a shot for the $3 million for sure. This is fun. This is a lot of fun, guys. All right. So let me recap the team so far. We have Joe Burrow, Geno Smith as our 2 quarterbacks. Our 3 running backs right now are Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Antonio Gibson. Our 6 wide receivers are Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Kadarius Toney, Deontay Johnson, and Michael Thomas. And we do not have a tight end so far. But if Dalton Schultz falls to us, I think we want Dalton Schultz at tight end because our model has Dalton Schultz as the top tight end available. Oh, sorry. Let me check in on the tight end position. Our model has Noah Fant as the top tight end available. And look at that. We have Geno Smith. So we can stack Noah Fant. That's beautiful. This is how beautiful like these rooms are falling to us. Oh my God. Okay. If Elijah Mitchell falls to us, I'm gonna want to take Elijah Mitchell because that is the bring back on the Washington stacks that I have so far. We're definitely gonna want to get Leonard Fournette much later. But the nice thing about this is he does go so late because Leonard Fournette, for some reason, I have no idea why, Leonard Fournette's ADP is down at 190. Please, guys, you have to actually keep pushing Leonard Fournette down there. Leave him to me. Leave him for me to keep taking. I will keep on drafting Leonard Fournette. I will not be taking tight end with who is available here. So we will just pass on tight end again. Let's go back to running backs. Where's Elijah Mitchell on here? Okay, so Dameon Pierce, AJ Dillon, Miles Sanders are all gone. Where's Tyler Algier? Is Tyler Algier here? Tyler Algier is here. We could go Tyler Algier. He's our top running back available outside of Leonard Fournette. Dalvin Cook is gone. Jeff Wilson's an interesting one. Wait, Dalvin Cook is gone, right? Yeah, he's definitely gone. Cam Akers is gone. Michael Carter's still there. So remember, guys, one thing that our model is not great at is predicting running backs, but I like using it for directional plays because there are some guys that are definitely being drafted way too late. And there's guys that are definitely being drafted way too high. One of those guys I think that's being drafted too high, which I unfortunately made the mistake in drafting, is Isaiah Pacheco. I think Pacheco is being way overdrafted. Maybe I'll take a Clyde Edwards-Helaire late in the draft as a bring back option in the Cincinnati game. That could be fun. James Cook, Jamal Williams got taken. James Cook, Jamal Williams. Both of those guys got taken. Rashad Penny got taken. We can cross his name out. I think Alexander Madison got taken as well. Elijah Mitchell went. Where's the line? Elijah Mitchell on here? I guess he's right below where the guys that I would have been drafting, but we'll cross out Elijah Mitchell's name as well. But if Algier is there, we will take Algier. Algier has some correlation with New Orleans. New Orleans does not play Atlanta in the playoffs, but that's okay. Let's see who's top of the board anyways. Jerick McKinnon. Where's McKinnon on here? McKinnon's a little bit further down, but maybe we grab him as a bring back. No, I want Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be our bring back at running back. I'm okay passing on Jerick McKinnon. Looks like there's another run at receiver, but good thing we already have our receiver room pretty solid. We're going to focus on the running back room a little bit later. But Yeah, don't love any of these tight ends here. Irv Smith, in my opinion, is getting way overdrafted. I don't think I need Irv Smith on this team anyways. I'm going to focus on grabbing Algier first. Even though Bijan's there, I know Bijan is there. I like Algier as a runner. He's pretty solid. Let's see. Where's Jalen Warren on here? Ooh, Jalen Warren is right there. Maybe I'll go Algier. Is Singletary still here? All right, we're going Algier. Look at the running backs. Singletary is still here. Pick 167 at 144. Maybe Singletary will even fall to our next pick. I think for the stacks that we have, I'm going to go Jalen Warren because I don't love the tight ends who are here. Don't love any of the receivers that are here either. And Jalen Warren builds out that Pittsburgh-Seattle game even more. So let's go Jalen Warren. I like that Jalen Warren is used a decent amount as a receiver. And I thought he looked pretty good last year. So Tyler Algier, Jalen Warren at this 12-13 turn. And I'm really liking our running back room so far. We're definitely going to want to grab one more running back just to completely shore that one up. But let's see. Let's see who's top of the board right now. Well, we're definitely going to get Lenny and probably Clyde Edwards-Helaire as well. Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones are all gone. But wow, look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 players out of our top. What is the count on this? 5 players out of the top. Oh, man. 5 of the top 21 from our models output. Wow. Wow, guys. Who does Las Vegas play week 20 or week 17? Las Vegas plays Indianapolis. In the Dome. Interesting. Who are some Indianapolis players down here? What does our model think of Alec Pierce? Alec Pierce. He's not too far down, I guess. I mean, there's definitely other players that have been drafted before him. Maybe we could look at Alec Pierce here, guys. Just as like a single like skinny game stack in Las Vegas, Indianapolis. And Alec Pierce is kind of being ignored, who I thought was a pretty good receiver last year. So we could look at an Alec Pierce. And I don't think I love any of these other players up here. I mean, well, Hollywood got taken. Jacoby, I'm sure, is long gone. Jacoby's probably long gone. Who are the other guys that are up here? I know Zay, Lazard, they're both gone. Oops. Zay and Lazard are both gone. Kyler's probably gone, right? Kyler's gone. Kyler's gone. Deshaun is gone. I need some sort of tool to like do all this automatically for me, because this is a pain in the ass to have to do manually. Do any of you guys know a way to do all of this super easily for me? Because that would be a huge time saver, and I'd be able to talk more about the actual model unless you guys just looking at this sheet, just me just canceling guys out. But our top guy on the board still is Leonard Fournette. He's still pushed way down the board. So we don't even have to look at him yet. But I wonder how our model ranks out Rashid Shaheed. Shaheed is after Nico Collins. This is pretty far down. I don't think I want any Shaheed then. I know our model does give what's the error bar for receivers? The error bar is 44, and he's at 84, so that would put him in the 120 range, even at a top end metric. Yeah, I would take Alec Pierce over him every single day. Is Alec Pierce there? Alec Pierce got taken. Where did Alec Pierce go? Alec Pierce went in the 12th round. Okay, maybe we should prioritize Alec Pierce a little bit more, because that's an interesting bring back option there. I'm 8 picks away. What do we want to do here? I guess we've completely ignored the tight end position. Who are the top tight ends available? I mean, that's because Noah Fant is our top guy. We could even get like a Zach Ertz. He was coming off the ACL, but still. Frying with Cole Kmet, they're both gone. Everett. Is Dawson Knox gone too? Dawson Knox is there. I don't want Irv Smith. I mean, Irv Smith is so far down here. Yeah, he's down there, guys. I know we don't predict the R squared super well for the tight ends, but like still, like it's Noah Fant is the top guy, and like I can get him like last round of drafts. I think we're gonna take Jeff Wilson here because Jeff Wilson. Oh, but then I'm just taking so many running backs then because I'm also taking Leonard Fournette. Definitely taking Leonard Fournette. What's the pick after? 16, 17, 18. This has to be a 3 tight end team. So I think we have to go either running back, or running back wide receiver. Who's our top wide receiver on them? Maybe we'll just take Marquez Valdes-Scantling just for the core. Ooh, Josh Downs is there. It's missing from the model. Wow. Marquez Valdes-Scantling is missing from the model. That's super interesting. Do we want to go Indianapolis bring back or Kansas City? Maybe we just go Josh Downs. Just because Josh Downs is such a good player, and like we need some sort of bring back on Josh Jacobs Las Vegas because I think that could low key be a pretty high scoring game. So we'll take Josh Downs here, and I'm going to take a swing on a rookie wide receiver that everybody's fading to oblivion, and then let's take Lenny here just to shore that up. And he's our top guy available by far. So give me Leonard Fournette at pick 169. I know it's a massive reach, but he's gonna end up around here, and I have to go tight ends with my last 3 picks. So far we have a 2 quarterback, 6 running back, 7 wide receiver build, and our last 3 picks will most likely be all tight ends. Looks like everybody is fading the tight end position a little bit, but I am excited about our prospects here because we could go like Noah Fant, Hunter Henry. What are the sorts of stats that we could get here? So New Orleans would be like Tampa Bay. Could do like a Cade Otton. Cade Otton would be an interesting pick. But Josh Downs, Leonard Fournette. Oh my God, this team, guys, this team. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this team can take down the 3 million. I mean, Jamar. Okay, one more time for all of the audio listeners. Our quarterbacks are Joe Burrow, Geno Smith. Our running backs are Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Antonio Gibson, Tyler Algier, Jalen Warren, Leonard Fournette. And our wide receivers are Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Kadarius Toney, Deontay Johnson, Michael Thomas, Josh Downs. I love Josh Downs in the film review. I know he goes to Indianapolis, so Anthony Richardson is going to be throwing him the ball. But Josh Downs is a really good wide receiver. And that's something that the Indianapolis Colts are kind of missing right now is kind of the underneath guy. And hopefully Anthony Richardson just starts keying in on Josh Downs because that would be huge for this Best Ball Mania team. And like I said, guys, we're just letting the room fall to us. I know I reached on Leonard Fournette, but like my next pick would have been after Leonard Fournette's ADP. So like let's not risk not getting him just because he's going to rise up draft boards. He's going to be a guy that a lot of teams are going to be on. Once the second that he gets signed, he's moving way up the rankings, way up the rank. He's going to ruin whoever your favorite running back is right now. Leonard Fournette is probably coming to ruin that backfield. And that's not going to be fun for any of us except me because I'm going to have Leonard Fournette on every single one of my teams way back here in the last 4 rounds of the draft. I don't have any San Francisco for the Washington bring back, but that's okay. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. Maybe we do Cade Otton for the bring back. What does our model think of Cade Otton? Oh, not too far down. Definitely doesn't hate Cade Otton. Ooh, our model does like Foster Moreau. And guess what? Foster Moreau is now on that New Orleans team. Curtis Samuel's still here too. I think I already have my good enough Washington guys. And like Washington probably does not perform super well week 17 against the San Francisco 49ers. Just a gut feeling. But okay, here we go. We're coming down onto it. We have most of our team already built out. I think Steelers tight end is Pat Freiermuth, Seattle tight end. I think it's going to be Noah Fant. Based off of what our model is outputting, like our model just loves Noah Fant. I mean, we can talk about why our model loves Noah Fant so much. It's because 2 years ago, what was Noah Fant's fantasy production. Fantasy pros. NFL stats. Tight end 2021. Noah Fant was tight end 13 2 years ago. That's standard. Half PPR. Noah Fant was tight end 12 2 years ago. 90 targets, 670 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. He's a dynamic after the catch kind of guy. I know last season, what's his face, said that they wanted to get Noah Fant the ball more. Pete Carroll, and I love this Seattle offense. I'm all in on this Seattle offense. They built out their defense. Legion of Boom is back. Give me more Noah Fant. I need more, and I need as much Noah Fant that I can get. Will says, do you regress to the market, or is ADP too inefficient to do that? I mean, I just let the room fall to me. I think we're so far early in the offseason that ADP is very, very it's going to move a ton between now and when the contest actually ends. And closing line ADP is closing line ADP value is an important metric in terms of producing a good team. So I wouldn't worry about ADP too much and just focus on getting the guys that you want to have on your team, because maybe they're going to be more expensive later in the offseason where you're not going to be able to acquire them at the prices that they're at right now. So I think we're going to go Noah Fant, Jelani Woods. Let's go ahead and grab Noah Fant first. Where's Jelani? Jelani's a lot farther down, but he's a guy that could get 2 touchdowns week 17. And I like being able to stack both of those guys. Let's get Noah Fant first. Get our tight end 1. Who's the top tight end on our board first before we get Zach Ertz there? Zach Ertz is there. Maybe we go ahead and get Zach Ertz. We're going to get the top 2 tight ends on our board. Noah Fant and Zach Ertz. I like it. I know Zach Ertz is coming off the ACL. That's one of the things, like I said, that the model is missing on. Oh, let me hide this. Sorry, guys. That's one of the things that the model is missing on, is the fact that Zach Ertz is coming off a torn ACL. But the fact that he's going to be able to play at least a decent chunk of the season gives me confidence in taking Zach Ertz here in the 17th round, because he's another one of those guys. If he gets cleared if he gets cleared in the offseason, he starts working out in training camp, he's immediately going to start rising in value. So Zach Ertz is another one of those guys I really like. Hunter Henry, Everett's gone. Nelson Knox is gone. All of these guys are gone. I think just for stacking purposes, we're going to want to take Jelani Woods here, right? Or Foster Moreau. Who are the top guys available? CJ Stroud, Gesicki. Okay. I think we definitely need a third tight end, just because Zach Ertz might not be healthy for week 1. So we're definitely going to take a tight end at our last pick. Hunter Henry's the top guy on the board. Does New England have any correlation with anyone that we've drafted? Kansas City. Ooh. Denver, Buffalo. All tough matchups for New England. Who's the next guy? Who's top on our board? Tunyon, Hurst, Higbee. Higbee's definitely gone. Hayden Hurst, the Panthers. Panthers play Atlanta, Green Bay, Jacksonville. I don't have a lot of correlation there. I don't really want that. Cade Otton. Oh, we did talk about Cade Otton because New Orleans. We got the New Orleans guys. Maybe Cade Otton's our bring back. And our model likes Cade Otton, or doesn't hate Cade Otton, and I like Cade Otton. So I think our last pick is going to be Cade Otton. Because what's the error bar for tight ends? It's 33 points. And our model projection at 92. That would put him right in line with Hunter Henry. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Let's take Cade Otton with our last pick. And hope for the best. But guys, thank you for joining me on the live stream today. I think we hit our record live people who are in the YouTube live stream I saw it max out at 5. That's super, super great. We're growing, guys. Continue to follow this live stream, because I'm going to be doing this all off season long. I'm going to live stream every single one of my Best Ball Mania entries. And we're going to try to take down the 3 million. Hopefully this is the team to take down the 3 million, because I love this team. This team is looking super, super strong. One more time for you guys. Quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Geno Smith. Running backs, Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Antonio Gibson, Tyler Algier, Jalen Warren, Leonard Fournette. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin. Kadarius Toney, Deontay Johnson, Michael Thomas, Josh Downs. Tight ends, Noah Fant, Zach Ertz, and soon to be Cade Otton. So let me know what you guys think about this team. Let me know if you guys think that this is the $3 million golden ticket. And thank you again for joining me on the stream. And don't forget to give us that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the Undroppables YouTube channel because I'm going to be doing this all off season long. So if you want to stay connected, stay up to date on the model output, I'm still going to release that. I'm still working out some of the kinks, but going to release the model hopefully within the next month. But we are just about to end this draft, and I love this team. I'm super excited to see how this team performs this season because it's a pretty powerful roster in my opinion. But our last guy will be Cade Otton. If Cade Otton gets taken, I'm just going to go ahead and curl up into a ball and cry. Just kidding. We will probably take Foster Moreau in that case. Or maybe Jelani. I don't know. But, guys, thank you. Thank you for joining me on the stream. I actually got to run. Got to get ready for Mother's Day. So thank you all for joining, and I hope all of you have a very nice day.